Little known fact about Josh Carrion. He was in a CZ Top Tree.
Hey.
Of course.
I'm just kidding. Josh, he is an incredible husband. He's an awesome dad. He's very devout Christian. He puts a lot of himself in business, and you see it and it reflects on it. Coincidentally, Legacy Roofing placed their roof on a house right next to mine, and I could see the quality. It's not just that they were working on the house, I could see that they time, I could see that they cared, I could see that they were very thorough in their job, and that comes from a great leader. And Josh is a great leader, and he's a great person in general. So I have no problem at all putting all my referrals to Josh. So let's hear it from him.
Hey. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. Josh Carrion with Legacy Roofing, and I really enjoy taking care of construction. I believe that construction is my mission field. I was raised LDS, and I was born again in 2010 at a Baptist church. Any non-denominational religious type of a belief. It's a one-on-one belief with Jesus. He wants my heart, so I've dedicated my heart to him, and it leads every day of my life. I try and be the example that he would want me to be, and it's a different driving motivation for me than what I grew up with, and ended up getting myself into some really crazy situations, but then came out of that and really turned my life around, and it was pretty awesome. So this is the most successful thing I've been a part of or done, and I know that the only reason is because of God's leadership in my life. And so we've got a really neat team and a lot of great people.
Wait. Before you move on from that.
Just taking care of people is a really important thing for me, and building a structure that makes a difference for people's lives. So my goal with Legacy Roofing is my goal this year is to pay $8 million in wages out to people in the community that work for me. That's whether we hire plumbers or HVAC or electricians as subcontractors, or my in-house teams and my employees. It's really important for me to be able to generate wealth that goes to those people to be able to support their families and support the community. And I think that it's a reciprocal mission. But like I said, I feel like construction is my mission field because I get to point all the glory to God and take myself out of it. There's nothing good in me; it's all Him. And so the way that we do that, and the most important thing to me in business is to have a process. If you have a process and you have something that works time and time again, then it takes some refinement, but you don't have total changes in direction when you've got a really great process that you're following. So to me, the process that we put in place to be able to take care of people and to care for homeowners and their property, that's a prime way of being able to do a great job for somebody, but also to dedicate the lives of the people that are doing it to following that same process again and again. So when I started in the roofing industry, I was 14 years old, and we did metal roofing on barns. And of course, I'm old enough to be on the roof because they were for our own barns. And so it was pretty interesting out in West Kaysville. There were some pole barns that had been that had come down from the weather, and so we went and stripped all that metal off. We rebuilt the poles, and then we waterproofed those with the metal with those metal panels. And so it was a really interesting thing. And 14, 15 years old, I was building these barns both summers and just learning about waterproofing. And it was really important to be able to keep water out, because if it came in, it would get on the hay and it would mold it. And I mean, that's a lot of work to be able to move all that hay, not to mention the expense and everything that goes into feeding the horses and cows and pigs. And we also had chickens and geese and peacocks, and my mom loved animals and gardening, and so we raised our own meat growing up and had gardens and things like that. But when I got back into roofing, it was 2016, and I went to work for a company. And I had gone into sales early on in my career. Back in 1998, I started into sales and then into sales management. I did a lot on the phone. telesales, and then in-person sales, business to business and things like that, inside and outside sales, and up into managing teams of 200 people plus on Nextel projects and Providian credit cards and things like that. And it was a neat experience to be able to run business and see how it was supposed to be run. And then going back into roofing, I got into the sales side of it. And on the sales side of roofing, it was really good to be able to get in front of people who needed my help. And I would offer the product that needed to be sold, or the product that they needed. And man, when you need a roof, you need a roof. If there's water coming into your home, then there's no way that you're going to be able to protect your property. You can have mold. It destroys the wood. The integrity of your home is on the line. And so I don't think this is going to work, but I wanted to show you guys. What's that? I do. So it was when I would get in front of a homeowner and explain what process we were going to follow and how things were going to work. Sometimes that would be the case, and there were just a lot of subcontractors within the industry that were being hired. So that you know, the roofing industry is basically middlemen and laborers. You have people that sell the job, and then you have people who install the job. Now, if you have an owner-operator, the owner-operator is the person that you hire for the job, and he is also the person that will install your roof. There are a lot of good owner-operators out there, but they have a very limited capacity, and they've got a couple of friends or a couple of people that they work with, and they'll come to your home and they'll install your roof. There are some really good contractors that are owner-operators. And so it's a business model that can't really be scaled. And so what you have aside from that is you have, like I say, middlemen. So you have someone who will sell you the roof, and then they go and find labor to install your roof. And who knows where that labor is going to come from. In our country right now, we have a major, huge illegal workforce. And what happens is you've got one guy who is legal, registered in a business, who hires all of their people that they know under their company. You pay that subcontractor, you pay him one check, and then he cashes it out and pays his guys in cash. And they're not certified, legal, or licensed to work here in the country, but they're doing a lot of work, not just in the roofing industry, but roofing is very big with that. So you have one guy who's in charge of the company that is your sub, and he maintains all of the crew to be able to work on your roof. I feel like that is a totally broken system, because there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. And I just insist on doing it the right way. The way that I've put this business together is I've found 1 in 10 people who apply at my company are legal to work in the States. And those are the people that I've found and brought on as a W-2 employee. And we hire them, we run them through E-Verify, we register with the state and with the IRS, and we only pay through bank accounts. So I don't issue checks to people who go and cash them, and the check cashing places make 10%. It's all through a bank account. So there are 3 ways of being able to make sure we've got a legal workforce and people that are really taking pride and care of working on your property. When I do find the right people to be able to do this, and my guys are all Hispanics. They're all Hispanic. I have a Honduran crew. It's amazing, but you've got some really hardworking people who have done things the right way. We've got work visas. We've got work enrollment programs and things like that we've done to be able to get people to work. But not all the people speak English, and so you don't have to speak English to be legal in the country doing good work, right? And so it's important to do things the right way, though, because if you're doing things the right way, then the guys who are on the job are going to be doing things the right way also. They take pride in what they do. So I give them trucks and full medical and health and dental care benefits. We have a 401k. We've got all kinds of things in place for people that are doing it right. Those are the people that I put on your property. Thank you. Okay, those are the people that I put on your property, because my guys really take pride in what they do. Now, I wanted to just outline that because, for one, I need a new office person. I need an office assistant. And we do offer all those benefits and all the great programs, but I need someone who's bilingual that can work in my office to process permits, file a permit on every job. The other thing is when we've got this kind of a unified front, I can bring in my manufacturer trainers and bring my people to a training center, and we can learn the right way of applying these roofing materials. Okay, so when you install a roof, there are about 21. So on a roof, you have about 3 boxes of nails. Nails, there are 7,000 nails in a box. You have about 90 bundles of shingles, and there are about 20 shingles in a bundle. So you've got thousands of roofing products that go on the roof when you install. And so that also means that you're bringing off 3 to 5, 7 tons of debris when you're tearing a roof off. So the dumpster shows up, we fill the dumpster, we use rolling dumpsters, they all have wheels, and so they're not scraping your driveway and things, but we pull all that debris off. We clean up, we reinstall the underlayment, and then we install the roofing. We clean up again at the end of each day, and then we leave the property. Now, I wanted to bring this up because we strive for perfection. We really try and be perfect, but we can't quite nail it every time. So I wanted to mention, we did a roof for Ron Coleman. We did it in the snow, and when we were tearing off, all of this debris is in the snow, and my guys do as well as we can to be able to clean it up. But we left some debris behind, and when the snow melts in the springtime, we come back and we clean that. So we did go back for a second clean and even a third clean to make sure that everything was right. We did James Busby's roof, and today this is the debris that was left behind after we did the roof. And so I counted 21 pieces of debris here. It's a 0.001%. That's still not perfection. We're still trying for perfection on this. And so for any debris that's left behind, sometimes that happens, but we will go back and clean it. So if we do a roof for you and there's a problem, bring it to me, because this is coaching opportunities for my people. We're learning and growing every day. Please give us a call. Josh Carrion with Legacy Roofing.